Welcome back to my channel, my crystal kings and queens. So I wanted to, if possible, make this super quick, as I say per usual, but it never really seems to happen. Needless to say, just bear with me, that's neither here nor there. But I wanted to go ahead and show you technically my third piece of Moldavite, which isn't exactly one piece. So let me just go ahead and show you. And I have a little bit of a story, not behind this particular piece. Well, I tell you what, since having it, a few different things have happened. So let me go ahead and show you. It is my Moldavite bracelet. Oh my gosh, I am so in love with it. Hang on. Roll my sleeves up. Okay, so here is my Moldavite bracelet, and as you can see, these are my Moldavites. Now, I am not going to get too consumed in trying to show you all or explain to y'all exactly what makes this piece legitimate, because that is another video in itself. But I wanted to just give you a really fine look at this amazing bracelet. It is such a beauty. I want to make sure you have a really good visual of this bracelet. Have to be really careful with it because it gets snagged onto a bunch of things, and oh my gosh, I am just too clumsy to tear this thing up, so I have to be extremely duper careful. So the story behind this baby here is well, for one, just like any other Moldavite that I have gotten thus far, my pendant and my little heart-shaped Moldavite. So yeah, my Moldavite flower pendant and then my little heart-shaped pendant. Not like the normal, heart that we all see or we seem to make, but like the anatomy, obviously. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely go check that out. But anyway, and actually, you know what? I'll leave it be. So amongst other things that has happened or I've experienced since purchasing Moldavite, since having it with me, this piece alone, since I had gotten it, number one, the feelings that I get are just the same. Once I get it, it just feels like that really intense, warm, tingling sensation. It's like super light, super duper soft, but it's like a really extreme yet very subtle electrical sensation that just kind of runs through the entire body, like little electrical waves. Immediately it shoots from both my hands into my arms, all the way throughout my entire body, and it just keeps going, so on and so forth. I when I got the Moldavite, I was headed to work actually, and of course I had cleaned and cleansed my Moldavite pieces, but it was so strange. I wanted to say weird and odd as well, but not quite sure what kind of word that would have come out to be. Anyway, it was so strange and different, but it was really, really cute, highly unexpected. I was sitting at the stoplight just up the street from my job, and I was waiting for the light to turn, obviously, or whatever, but I was waiting for the light to turn, and it was so interesting. A little girl in the next car over, in this really nice white SUV, had a little TV going on the inside of it and whatnot. She looked like she had to be about 8 or 9 years old, but I could feel her watching me, like looking me. I could feel her watching me or looking at me. So I was just listening to my music, jamming like I normally do with my little gospel before I, go into work, get my mind right. And I finally decided to just turn her way. And when I did, she was sitting in her mom's back seat. But when I finally did turn to her, um, because she just, got my attention, or I just really couldn't deny her any longer. Um, she looked at me, I looked at her, she smiled so big, and she just waved and kept waving until the light turned green. I waved back to her, I smiled at her, and we just kept eye contact. It was so cute and interesting. Um, I have no other way to explain that. And then amongst that night, my night was extremely dramatic and slow. Like every patient we had was extremely dramatic. Like that was the most slowest, most dramatic night of my entire ER career thus far. So that's kind of how that went. That was really, really odd, but super cute, unexpected. I just thought, oh my gosh, maybe I'm attracting, not only just little kids or children, but I'm attracting some really high vibes, some really, loving vibes, kind vibes. That's what I was kind of looking for almost, but whatever. I just thought that was super, super different. The next thing, really quickly, while having this in my pendant as well, it was so odd that it was actually that next day, the morning when I got off of work, I decided to listen to some meditation music, or some meditation singing bowls and whatnot. And I read through the comments, as I was just kind of reading, just to see what all people had to say. I just think they're really intriguing to read when you are looking at those types of videos. But I I was listening and reading. I finally stopped reading the comments, and I just decided to sit down and take a moment to myself. And like almost 13 almost 13 minutes in, the meditation music slowed down. I was like, wait a minute now, what is going on here? The music completely slowed down, like completely, and it just got all extremely choppy. It sounded like the music decided to go backwards, or like the singing bowls decided to go backwards. Like I don't even understand how that's possible, but it sounded like, you know, like somebody chopped and screwed some crystal bowls, you know what I mean? Like it was very weird. And then it just kept on. It just kept on from like 12:22 all the way up until 12:23, all the way up until 12:29, and then all the way until almost about 13 minutes in. And it began to sound like a whole another realm, like an entirely new realm, a different realm was opening up. Like that's what it sounded like in that music, in that meditation. Like it's super slow, it's super zen mode, and crystal tuning bowls and stuff like that, singing bowls, tuning cymbals, or whatever. Like it was nothing, you know outrageous that I was listening to begin with, but from it to go completely zen to completely extraterrestrial sounding, like a whole new dimension was opening up as I was listening to this, was so odd. And then in came some words that should have just been naturally sounding, which was no longer. It sounded like the language of the music began to change. It had become a bit unsettling. I got like a bunch of chills through my body. I went back to the comments and I was like, did anybody else experience this? Did anybody else go through this? Did anybody else, comment about this? Like, is it just me? Am I tripping? Am I bugging? Like, what's really going on? And no, No one commented on that. No one said anything. Matter of fact, there was a post that was made right before I began listening to, there was a comment made right before I began listening to that meditation video on YouTube. And I was just like, okay, so clearly it's just me. Or could it be? You know what I'm saying? Like, could it be? I don't know. But your girl was a little freaked out. So that's the story behind this. Yeah, it was very strange. And needless to say, like extremely, extremely strange. First thing in the morning. So that's that. Next, what I want to show you is super exciting, super interesting. Same difference, almost right along the lines of Moldavite. It is a tektite. It was found in Egypt. It's like a very long story about it. They call it the God Stone, the rock, the God Rock. I mean, like there's a ton of name. The gold, golden stone. Like I don't know. I like Anyways, so the name of this stone is actually called Libyan desert quartz. Amongst me, or upon me getting Moldavite initially, which I knew nothing about before I got it or picked it up, I had completely checked out at the crystal shop. And then, like, as I was getting my things bagged up, I backtracked and I was like, whoa, what's that? I want it. It's so freaking cute. It's perfect. I need it. I feel it through the glass. I need to have it. Can I have it? What is it? How much is it? Oh, that's Moldavite, blah, 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 blah. It does this, this, and that. Gave me the general basis, the general outline. I just thought that was really neat, wonderful, great. The young man was just amazing at sharing all of his knowledge with me in regards to Moldavite. So that's where, at that time, I picked up my two first pieces of Moldavite, my Moldavite flower pendant, and then my free forming Moldavite. I don't know, that's probably not the best word to use, but my Moldavite that was not shaped to fit a pendant, or well, it is shaped to fit a pendant if you want to, but it wasn't in a pendant. It didn't come in a pendant. So boom, there that is. Anyways, since then, since buying Moldavite initially, I had heard about Libyan desert quartz, and this tektite alone could help me connect more to my roots, that type of thing. I don't know. So let me go ahead and show you because I'm doing too much. So I will show you my favorite piece first. And I'm going to run through these pretty quick. So this is my first piece of LDG, Libyan desert quartz. Y'all, my bad. Like this light, I might need to turn those off. But anyway, this is my favorite piece. And oh my God, the energy from these types of stones are just like so eclectic. It's so old. I feel as though it's extremely familiar. Like it almost feels like home in a sense. I don't know. It's different. But this is my Libyan desert glass. I've been saying Libyan desert quartz. I think I said that some other time, but I can't really recall. When. I'm gonna have to think back. But anyways, that's the first piece. My second piece These forms of tektites are so unique. I love this. The feeling, the look, the texture. Oh my gosh. I could legit just do this all day without stopping. And just so we are clear, it is not Libyan desert quartz. Again, I'm probably gonna have to fix that in one of these videos down the line that I have done, or if I've mentioned it in any of my future videos. That might not make sense, but legit, don't even worry about it. Like, there's a system and a method to my madness, so don't worry about it. I'll make sure I fix it just in case. This is my very last piece, the biggest piece of LDG that if we can focus, that I actually own. Why does it take so long for me to focus? It's these lights in the background, I know it. Absolutely love this. So, another piece of general information in regards to Libyan desert glass. It was the stone found on the breastplate of Tutankhamun, the Egyptian child pharaoh. So, obviously, this was used for something. Like, they knew about this long before we did. But yeah, so. In love. Y'all forgive me. This is like the weirdest like transition like my videos have ever gone through. Like, it doesn't want to focus. So yeah. All right, so those are my Libyan desert glass pieces, and this is my Moldavite bracelet. Y'all know I'm special. Like, I gotta have this stuff a certain way. It ain't gonna stay, so never mind. I'm gonna just, I guess, hold it like that. Maybe not. Okay. We're doing too much. We are doing way too much. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Excuse me. I really appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you for continuously rocking with me, literally. I don't know why I always do that before I say literally. Thank you for rocking with me, literally. Boom. There we have it. I love you all so very, very much. Crystal kisses and royal blessings. Also, really, really quick, I really wanted to share this with you all. So I couldn't understand why, as of recently, I've been so attracted to Moldavite, why I've had to figure it out, and, you know, why I want more, and why I just can't seem to get it off my mind. It's just like, it's an obsession almost. I have no idea where it's come from. I don't know. It's just something that I have wanted to partake in for a long time, though never done any research about it, never had, you know, gotten into it as much as I am now, as of recently. And anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is, so I was reading a little bit on Moldavite, and I have found that the special number for Moldavite is 5. So my favorite numbers are 3, 5, and 7. I just live by those numbers. On the Mohs scale, of hardness. It's 6.5 to a 7. So there goes my number 7 right there. And the astro sign for Moldavite is, get this, Taurus. I'm a Taurus, as you all know or may not know. I am born in May 9th to be exact. So yay for me. Taurus are just the absolute best zodiac sign. Boom. I mean, everybody else is really, really awesome and really, really great, but gotta rep my sign. So it represents the astro sign, or the astrological sign of Taurus, also the astrological sign of Pisces. And what's so funny about that is my sun, my moon rising, I don't know how that goes. Sun rising, moon and sun, I don't know. My little moon situation and my rising situation is Pisces. It's under Pisces. So as much as I have always wanted to change it at times, or hope that it changes, it hasn't. So my moon and sun rising is in Pisces. That might be right. However, I just said it. I don't know. But anyway, I thought that was super duper cool. I am just absolutely in love with Moldavite. It is, or it has become, one of my favorite stones, or tektites, whatever, whichever you choose to, refer to it as, however that goes. And the colors, obviously, for Moldavite pieces are more of an olive green to a dull green. So as long as you, have that, and everything else that qualifies it as a legitimate Moldavite, then you are good to go. But definitely, most definitely, do your research. Do not get flammed into no foolishness, into no fake Moldavite pieces, no cheap Moldavite pieces, because they are not cheap. Absolutely not cheap at all. So I just wanted to get out here and tell you that really, really quick. But I'm just like super stoked that the astrological sign for this stone in specific is Taurus. I am beyond blown. So, okay. Love you all so much. Bye.